The highly anticipated sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong and 5th movie in the MonsterVerse has officially begun filming, which is the best news possible for us Titan fans, as it means in less than 2 years, we're gonna have giant monsters scream in our faces again. Last week we got our very first look at a scene from the movie, thanks to the good old folk down under, covering the beginning stages of film production currently underway on the Gold Coast. The scene itself was nothing special for a kaiju movie, lots of people screaming and running. But it did tell us that something very massive is coming ashore, probably Godzilla, all signs point to it being him at least. But that's about all we know about this very secretive MonsterVerse movie. Oh, other than this massive new leak we got here, we finally have ourselves a working title for the movie, so we can slowly start to maybe not have to call this Godzilla vs. Kong 2, right? As of right now, the project is going by the name of Origins, which is probably going to make most MonsterVerse fans, including myself, have to change our undies if you know what I mean. So let's take a look at what this could mean for the narrative of the movie, and the overall status of the MonsterVerse. So just going to point out that a working title is usually just a placeholder name used by Hollywood to make sure that their movie does have some sort of titling during its production stage, where the final title may still be up in the air a little bit. And it also helps keep the movie a little more secretive, unless we get wind of it, heh. So on the clapperboard, there isn't much room to give away your movie, but with just this little bit of visual information, we can make some early assumptions about the new MonsterVerse movie. Let's start with the big one right in front of our faces, the title. I want to point out that I love this font. I'm actually a little bit jealous we didn't have something like this in our new channel redesign we got on Dangerville. Which, make sure to leave this video a like and subscribe if you like our new look, as it does really help the channel continue to get better. The font itself screams late 80s and 90s to me. Totally has some like Beast Wars vibes going on, just in like a new modernized synth way. But it manages to still have that tribal vibe to it, which of course matches the word Origins quite epically. The name Origins gets me excited, thinking we are going to finally learn where Godzilla, Kong, and all the other Titans came from. Like, we all know that they came from their parents, or in Godzilla's way, like the Force or some shit.
There was no father.
But we never really been able to truly get at how these 400-foot tall animals came to be in this lore. But you may be saying, if the title is just a placeholder, why the hell are they looking so deep into it, Jacob? Well, Godzilla vs. Kong had the working title of Apex, and that word had a pretty big deal with the movie, I think. So are we going to time travel back hundreds of millions of years ago and see how the Hollow Earth birthed these godlike beings? I would say not directly, but at this point in the MonsterVerse, I really wouldn't put it past them to throw some sort of time travel crap into the movie. Cause once you embrace the whole Earth warp butthole pooping you out into another world inside the center of the Earth that has an up and a down where each is both up and down, time travel doesn't seem all that far-fetched anymore. But I want to believe that the MonsterVerse won't stoop to that level, and that this is just a play on the idea of finally solving the origin story of the Titans, and understanding where it is that they came from. Now, I'd love to go back to those ancient times in the MonsterVerse, but just picture this idea in your head right now. So our current human characters come across some old cave art or something in the Hollow Earth. We know that the new movie is going to be following Kong a lot, so eventually they find this place and start deciphering the meaning behind these ancient clues. As they go over what it's telling, the screen jumps back to that time period, and we get to relive the moment like we were actually there. This gives the fans what they want, which is a glimpse back into a Hollow Earth just full to the brim of Titan life. But it doesn't take away from continuing the current MonsterVerse timeline moving forward with this series. Now, I'd like to see the origins for all the Titans, but if it is indeed more of a Kong movie than anything like we've heard so far, this could just be the Kong's and or mankind's origins being explored, which I will say I'd still be okay with. So everyone, we will get that full-on Titan-only experience eventually, I think, but it's probably going to have to come in the form of an animated series at some point way down the line. We do have the Kong Skull Island series, which will probably be a good test for that, coming out later this year actually. So remember everyone when I said that you can get a lot of information out of one simple image? Well, another cool detail on this clapper is the graphical design aesthetic for the blue and purple areas there. Screams more of the synthy, retro-looking parts of Godzilla vs. Kong that we've seen, and I was actually a little surprised how much I like that in the Hollow Earth scene in the movie that took advantage of the old retro vibe, and it looks like the next movie is continuing to steer towards that. Which makes a ton of sense considering this is the first time in the MonsterVerse where the director and cinematographer are the same as the previous installment. Adam Wingard and Ben Saracen once again take the lead. Now some of you may have had your smiles turned upside down if for whatever reason you didn't enjoy Godzilla vs. Kong, but just remember that that movie had a lot going against it during its production. A less than ideal King of the Monsters box office campaign that had the MonsterVerse scrambling to streamline their product. A massive part of the movie was filmed in China, which has been going through some issues lately on the worldwide scale, and you know, the whole COVID thing. That doesn't mean that you should like Godzilla vs. Kong more than you do, but it was a lot for the production to work against, and hopefully your qualms with Godzilla vs. Kong may be fixed with less distractions and issues in the industry going on right now. And that's it, all we know about this new MonsterVerse Godzilla vs. Kong 2 Origins movie, whatever they decide to call it. But we also have some quick images coming in from the upcoming MonsterVerse TV show starring Godzilla, and you won't want to miss it. This series, set to land on Apple TV in the near future, has had some interesting photos leaked out to the public that definitely help us get a better idea for the mysterious new show. The first of the images are these shots of the island of Westham and Ladner located in British Columbia, Canada. Allegedly, these locations will be transformed to appear like the setting is 1950s Philippines, which is a funny thought considering Canada is about as different from the Philippines as you can get, but hey, movie magic once again. All these images further support the idea that the Godzilla TV show will be going back to the early days of Monarch, following the character Shaw, played by Kurt Russell, and his son, which I made a whole nother video on if you want to go check that out after this one, as they first discover the mighty King of the Monsters, Godzilla. We still don't know if this will be coming from flashback scenes, or if major chunks of the series will take place in this time period, but one thing is certain. The events of Godzilla Awakening, the G-Man's origins in the modern timeline of the MonsterVerse are going to be explored in this new series.
I'd say that's prime.
Make sure to stomp the subscribe button and hit the bell for more MonsterVerse updates and videos. And let us know what you think the Origins working title of the next MonsterVerse movie could mean down in the comments. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video, and to grow the MonsterVerse and our awesome community here, share this video around, let them know about the new name, or at least, you know, semi-new name, working title name, placeholder name for the next MonsterVerse movie, Origins. Thank you all for your time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.